3 CEOs resigned from President Trump's Manufacturing Council. They don't like the president's response to Charlottesville. They are Merck chief Kenneth Frazier, Under Armour chief Kevin Plank, and Intel CEO Brian Krzanich. Mr. Frazier at Merck resigned, quote, as a matter of personal conscience. Now, in my opinion, he's put his own politics ahead of his responsibility as CEO. Are you with me on this?
Yeah, I mean, we've said it before. You know, you're on the menu if you're not sitting at the table. I mean, we've said that before.
President Trump says that.
You should be sitting there and getting deals for your company. You know, it's interesting who is staying. Johnson & Johnson, the CEO, Alex Gorski, is staying for now. Yeah. Richard Trumka, who runs the AFL-CIO, he's staying on that business council. You know, Michael Dell is sitting tight. So is GE's Jeffrey Immelt and Steve Schwarzman from the Blackstone Group.
Okay, but Mr. Frazier is out for personal political reasons. I wonder what the judge thinks about this. Just so happens that he's sitting next to me. I can ask him very easily.
Let's see, where in the Constitution is this?
No, this is not a legal question. It's not a constitutional question. I'm not quite sure what kind of question it is, but here it is.
I guess it's a personal moral question. Can you participate in some entity because you disagree with the president? Should you overlook your personal disagreement with the president for the good of your shareholders?
Well, wait a second. Surely the CEO of a publicly traded company has his first responsibility to the interests of his shareholders.
Absolutely.
The owners of that private enterprise company.
They have employed him.
So Mr. Frazier has put his personal politics ahead of that responsibility to his shareholders.
He must be making the judgment that this is what the shareholders want. Because if he's not making that judgment, then he's not doing his job. Unless he's being asked to do something that's so personally repellent that his conscience won't let him do it, and he sort of wants an end run around this responsibility. I think it's foolish for him to leave this group. I think the group that the president has put together represents a massive amount of investment in America's future, and he's unwise to leave.
And the president immediately tweeted about drug prices from companies like Merck. A very pejorative statement about Merck.
What did the president say?
I haven't got the precise wording in front of me.
It was an ad hominem attack about you go back to work and lower your overinflated prices or something like that. It was a typical Donald Trump tweet, which made the point to his 12 million tweetees.
I could see shareholder lawsuits against Merck's CEO because he has put his personal politics ahead of their interests.
I don't think such a lawsuit would pass the motion to dismiss. Who was harmed by this? You're showing
the shareholders.
Well, how could you measure the degree of harm?
If the stock goes down.
Because after this, therefore, because of this, it'd be nearly impossible to demonstrate.
You don't think there's a law?
Post hoc, ergo propter hoc? What are you becoming, a plaintiff's trial lawyer now in your old age?
You don't think that? You don't think there's a plaintiff's lawyer somewhere who will say that stock went down 0.1%?
Yes.
My shareholders have been damaged by that CEO.
There is a plaintiff's lawyer who will take it, and there are many federal judges waiting to dismiss it.
No, they're all frightened of being overruled on appeal. You know how things go. Judge, stay there, please. We've got a lot more for you coming up. Okay.